Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I was wondering, my stepdad is in his 80s and my mom is in her 60s, and he is likely to pass before her. But through their prenup, he will not be leaving her anything, and she is not that well off. I was wondering if that's right or not.
How long have they been married?
5 years.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's what she signed up for. So it's not
Right.
morally wrong. But I would come down on the side of, I wouldn't do that to my wife. So,
Right. I don't think she needs to be treated as like one of his kids equally, but maybe to leave her something so that she's not a destitute widow.
yeah. Well, they've been married for how long?
5 years.
Okay. So she's 60 and she was 55. She had no money when she was 55.
She has no savings.
She went
She'll have
into
a
this. She
pension.
went into this marriage destitute.
Pretty much.
Well, then she's not net destitute now. She would be pretty much now, unless she spent that money or something. What'd she do with it?
Well, it's all wrapped up in her house.
Okay, wait a minute. She owns a house.
Right, but she's going to have to sell that eventually. The only reason that she's still in it is because he doesn't want to move right now.
So they live in her house?
Hey, sorry for the interruption. This is important. No one likes to think about dying, but one day your family will have to deal with everything you leave behind. So the question is, will it be easy or a total nightmare? That's where Knockbox comes in. Knockbox is a kit with 15 categories and clear instructions that give your family an organized plan, so they're not sifting through old paperwork and guessing passwords and dealing with lawyers. So leave your family memories instead of a mess. Grab your Knockbox kit today at knockbox.com/Ramsey for the best discount available. That's knockbox.com/Ramsey.
So they live in her house?
Correct.
Okay. And his assets have been supporting that?
A lot of it, yes.
Yeah, okay. So because she can't afford to live there without him?
Correct.
Okay, how was she affording to live there before him?
That's why she has no savings. She wiped it out staying in that house, I think.
Okay, all right.
Did your dad leave or pass away?
They got divorced.
They got divorced, okay.
Yeah, so she held on to a house, kept a house she couldn't afford all that time, and
She said
drained
she was
herself
gonna keep it
down.
till we were out of high school, but she never got rid of it after we left.
Yeah, she drained herself down. Okay, so I can go back to being on the side of I want him to leave or something, but I also want you to reframe this in your mind. She's not destitute. She owns a house, so you need to quit saying that. And she can sell the house and she can have a life. And if she doesn't have any money, it's because she never handled the money right to start with, not because of him.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that she's not set up okay at this stage of the game is her fault, not his.
I agree with that.
Okay, so let's not make him a villain in this, because it was a little bit felt that way for a minute. I was getting ready to call him a villain for a second there, but I'm not. So now, and so she signed up and said, okay, prenup is I keep my house, you move in, we do expenses, you cover expenses or whatever, but whatever wealth you have attained will go to your children upon your death, and you're 20 years older than me, so you will probably predecease me statistically. So that's the deal they signed up for 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Are his kids going to sue her for his part of that house?
He doesn't have any part of that house. It was hers before they got married. The prenup says she keeps her house.
Oh, okay.
So,
but he's paying into it. He's paying the bills.
Yeah, but she's not going to have that anymore, so she'll have to sell the house.
Okay.
And she's 60 years old. So what's the house worth?
Probably $700,000.
Is it paid for?
No, she owes $250,000.
Okay. All right.
Do you not like this guy?
No, I just don't think that she's getting the full benefits of a marriage by not having financial security if he were to leave. I mean, she would have to change her lifestyle completely and probably...
But she was going to anyway.
Higher.
She was going to have to anyway.
I guess so, yes.
Yeah. because what she was doing wasn't sustainable. You already said that, right?
Right.
Before this guy. So
Right.
she was getting ready to have to change her lifestyle anyway. So the fact that he came along actually extended her ability to stay in a property that she couldn't afford is all it is. So, yeah, I if I'm in his shoes, I would want to make sure she was better taken care of than what you're describing. So I agree with your sentiment on that. You're asking this as a question, but you're really making a statement, and I'm okay with both. So, yeah, I would, if I was in his shoes. Now, if I'm not in his shoes and I put on her shoes, this is the trip she signed up for. And so she needs to start making plans now to be ready to sell that house when he dies.
Mm-hmm.
And move to a property that she can pay cash for with the equity of the house. Hopefully he lives a few more years and the house is worth $1 million and the debt goes down. And so she's going to clear $800 instead of clearing $500 like she would today.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if every year he lives, the debt goes down, the house goes up. So her asset is increasing in value and her livelihood, which is her entire livelihood. I assume she's not working.
Correct.
Okay.
And she's going to have to change that because she's got this looming math problem over her head.
Oh, she just changes the perception of when he dies, the house is sold.
Mm-hmm.
And the longer he lives, the more money that means for her. Because the house is going to go up in value, the debt's going to go down. Because this is the deal she signed up for.
But you don't think she needs to get a job now too?
Yeah, she probably should.
Start socking some money away?
Yeah, she's 60 years old. Go work 5 years and put a couple $100,000 in the bank in a 401k. And then when he dies, you're okay. And if he doesn't want her to go to work, then he needs to change his will. His prenup.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If he needs to stay home, she needs to stay home and take care of me. I'm old. Okay, cool. Then you need to change your will. And the caretaking is going to cost you some money, buddy. Because otherwise I don't have a sustainable thing because I signed up for a deal. You signed up. We both signed up for a deal here with our eyes wide open. That's a bad deal. Yeah. Yeah. The prenup is different than the will too, by the way.
Right.
So prenup would not, but the prenup probably addresses the will. Mm-hmm. But in terms of prenup would be not upon death, it would be upon divorce. The will actually would be the dictating document. But yeah, I would want to say if I was married, something happened to Sharon, I got remarried, that I would want that person to be taken care of, and I would assume that my children, if I marry a lady, it means I love her, that my children would want her to be taken care of.
Right. But not to have the full extent of
that's fine. Yeah, he didn't have to get a full half cut or a
the
full
Ramsey,
cut.
Yeah. The fortune, right? But
No,
we're not gonna do that. But
absolutely not.
Yeah, make sure she's okay. But also, again, man, I always hate talking bad about somebody's mom. So don't hear me say talk about her. But she has a pattern of pushing off reality,
kicking the can down the road.
And like we were talking about earlier in this show, like it's that conflict will come up, and it's just going to be she's going to be 75, and he dies at 95, and she'll have nothing, and then she won't be able to just go get a job like you might be able to when you're 60.
Yeah, I would go create an income right now.
Right now, yeah.
And I would start.
That was my mom.
I would have go through the mental exercise of if he dies this year, what is my plan?
There you go.
And if he dies next year, what is my plan? And it sounds like the plan is you're going to be selling the house.
Well, no matter what, we're selling that house. But if we have to buy a condo with cash, then maybe we only have $300,000 left or $200,000 left.
Right.
And so we need to have some more money in the account when that day comes.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it is. So I agree with your sentiment that if I were in his shoes, I would want to make sure she was taken care of, and that's Scott's sentiment, and I don't disagree with that. But it doesn't make the guy a villain because your mom signed up for this.
Right.
This is the deal she signed into.
Yeah.
And she's kicked things down the road. So she needs to come up with a plan to take care of herself, which is what she should have been doing 5 years ago anyway.
Right.
Sustainable situation because he's not going to be here.
And
he's not leaving or anything.
The calls I'm increasingly getting or from children have 2 young kids or 3 young kids, and their finances are tight, and they're staring down the barrel of a parent or parents who just refuse to acknowledge reality, and they're starting to say, I see myself becoming a caretaker, like the train's coming at me, and mom and dad won't do anything about it.
Sandwich generation, stuck between my kids and my parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the money going both directions. So that's a problem. But I think the way you deal, I think it's a real good idea. Since they were so smart to put everything on paper up front, let's just go ahead and talk about the implications of that. Mom, he dies, you're selling the house. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.